So let me, if I'm a parent listening, do me a favor, give me 3 habits that I should be working to build in my child in
Yes.
preparation
So,
for college. Yeah.
no, yeah, I've been mulling over this. I think for one, my biggest ask, and I promise that it will benefit you and your child, is as you begin to talk about college, making sure that college and career readiness is an equal conversation. And I recognize that that may or may not make you feel uncomfortable, but just know that your uncomfortability is rooted in the pathway in which you know less about. So instead of that discomfort being, fear, I would just recommend that as you begin to have that conversation with your student, looking at within your resources, whether that be personally, your school, your district, your community, what resources are available around career readiness in which your student can explore. In doing so, you are only adding more opportunity for them. And we're not saying that college is less important. We're saying that career readiness is equally as important. And based off of where your student is, they're going to have more opportunities. So that's one of them. I think the next one is just making sure that you are ensuring that students build a relationship again with those key pillars that are at their school, which I kind of already dug into. And then lastly, exploring other opportunities for students to learn. So whether it's internships, whether it's community college courses, in which many high schools and districts partner with their local community college districts, where you can actually take courses that are not offered at the high school for your student to explore. But the point being that as you enter this journey, allow your student to also explore, be expansive, and hold them accountable to actually exploring the things that they are passionate about or the routes that they might want to take. The earlier that you can do that, you are building skills for their own sustainability while also showing them that you are willing to support them so long as they are looking holistically at the options in which they're digging into.
Amazing. Okay. So 3 habits, 3 mistakes to avoid.
I think, well, for one, not looking at all post K 12 options. So, meaning if you're only looking at college, or if you're only saying when you graduate, you're going to work for the family business, if you are being restrictive, you are going down the wrong pathway because you're basically saying that your student is either going to align and comply or not. And there's consequences with that. So, the more that we can open and create more options, the better for them to be able to succeed. I think also just on a philosophical level, like if you're pushing them in a direction rather than meeting them where they're at, you are not going to make a lot of progress. Meeting someone where they're at requires you to better understand what do they currently want? What are the things that they're worried about? What are the things that they want to adjust? Having helping them make an informed decision around what their next steps will be rather than saying you need to do X, this is the expectation, now meet it. And then I would say the last one is not including the rationale and connecting to their desires. So if there's an expectation, please be clear around the rationale. Your young person is now an adolescent and they're at a point where like if they don't understand why and it's because I said so or because this is what we agreed upon. If it's an agreement, that makes sense. But if it was just something that was pushed upon them, they're going to push back from that. And so as much as it's important to know where a student academically should be, also understand the developmental trends because these are things that we experience in all folks. We went through them as well. And so sometimes we need to have that reminder and lens of like, developmentally, this is where they're at right now. And so the more you can explain why or help them understand why through experiencing, the more that you both can be on one accord.
Thank you for listening to the Willow Kids podcast.